Paul Sweeney, you heard Paul Masterton there. OK, it's unfortunate they've lost 2 ministers, but it's business as usual.
Unfortunate is one way of describing it. Reckless and actually inevitable would be the way I would describe it. It's clear that from the outset, the Tories have never had a majority for any form of Brexit within their ranks. And as soon as Theresa May did harden on a position, that was going to lead to a backlash that would mean that she was unable to command the authority of her parliamentary party to carry it through. And that's what we've seen play out in the last 24 hours, 48 hours, as her position became clear that the only practical proposition was to move towards a soft Brexit, if you like, even though it's nowhere near what Labour would expect in terms of a customs union deal. She's moved in that direction. As a result, she's already splintered her cabinet. She's fragmented her authority. And we've just seen a continuation of this zombie government that we've had for the last year or more since the last general election. She's unable to command authority. It won't meet the tests of Parliament, and it won't meet the test of the next round of EU negotiations. She cannot deliver this frictionless border because the position she's actually outlined will imply infrastructure and also won't deliver for Northern Ireland either. So she's going to fail on this issue. The sooner she calls a general election and gets it over with, the better. Well, once upon a time, Paul, you actually went to challenge the government on their position. The gift is actually in the hands of the Scottish Tories, who claimed that they were going to go down here under Ruth Davidson and demand concessions from the government. They've failed at every turn to do that. They've failed on the devolution amendments, and have failed to water down this hard Brexit approach, particularly when it comes to services. We're not seeing any deal on services. What Labour is saying is we'll bring our proposals for a customs union, a comprehensive customs union, to Parliament. Why don't the Tories bring their proposal on this maximum facilitation idea to Parliament as well on customs, and let's have a vote and allow democracy to prevail. If they really believe in the sovereignty of Parliament and the role of Parliament is at the heart of our democracy, what have you got to be scared about? Let's bring it to Parliament and have a vote on it, and then we'll go with whatever majority decides on a free vote in Parliament on the best way forward for the country.
Paul Sweeney, what's wrong with the Norway model?
Well, the issue with Norway model, particularly the European Economic Area model, is that Britain would be 140 times larger than all the other economies in that model combined. It's not a best fit for Britain. So what we're saying is Labour's proposal is to remain within a customs union, because when we leave the European Union, our current treaty structures in terms of the single market and the customs union will fall away. So we have to negotiate a new structure. What Labour is proposing is a customs union on the same lines as what we have now, and also a new model that would be an extension of the Norway model, which would be best fit for Britain, because we need to have a new structure. Why would we shoehorn ourselves into a model that was designed for Norway 25 years ago? It just makes no sense.
Paul Sweeney, lots of Labour MPs support the model, Norway model. You're as divided as the Conservatives.
No, we're not at all. We're on the same lines about this. Some people think that we ought to have the Norway model as a stopgap, but ultimately what we want is a bespoke deal that will actually be tailor-made for Britain. And I think that's an entirely reasonable position. Britain is the 5th biggest economy in the world. It's the 2nd biggest economy in Europe. Why would we shoehorn ourselves into a situation where we're going to be jumping on the bandwagon of a structure that's designed for economies that are far smaller than Britain's? It's not going to be a sustainable position. We want to have an extension to the EEA that respects the unique nature of the system we're in, the circumstances we're in, and that requires us to build a new architecture. That's what Labour's proposing, a highly ambitious new extension to the single market that would accommodate the UK.
OK, Paul Masterton.